Happy with it.
Yeah, we go
Speaking
next.
Of going next, we are about to move on to the match to decide who wins overall. Bozbez versus Epos, and there's a couple of other players thrown in just because we need to have 4 in a match to make keep up appearances. Can I get a prediction from both of you on who you think is going to win BIPL Season 2? And Hendo, I'll come to you first.
I am going to go straight in. Epos cooks. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind Epos wins. Epos wins this, no doubt in my mind.
That is confident.
Yep. Epos wins 100%.
Huge. How are you feeling about that, Wizzy?
With the evidencing that Epos has put onto the chats, then he's looking good. But just to stir up a bit of controversy, I will go for Boz. I think he's shown throughout this entire league that he's very truly deserving of it, I think. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a close match, no doubt.
Yeah.
Can I also give a bit of a leak-in? Epos line on Liberty or watch out.
Oh,
there is a line. Watch it.
Okay,
He might do it. He might do it in rounds. He might not.
Yeah.
But there is a line after the plastic.
I will let you guys know that it very entertainingly, both Epos and Bozbez were just only typing in chat throughout your match. Neither one was doing any warm-up. They were just having a great time.
I can see Epos going, Henderson, focus. It's sat there just taunting me, man. As I'm like drenched in sweat in a 30-degree room.
Yeah, they were cheering from the bleachers on that one. Well, listen, congratulations to you two on your 3rd and your 4th place finish. Locked into the prize money, of course, for BIPL Season 2. Pleasure having you on. And any last words from either of you here?
Thanks for casting. Keep doing what you do.
Well, we'll do our best. I gotta tell you, energy's fading fast, but we're gonna power through anyway, and I think Thomas might just sweat his entire life out before we get... Look, it's gonna be fine. Thank you for being here. Wizzy, sorry, was there anything you wanted to say?
I just said Ben, but no, yeah.
Ben.
Great casting, and thanks everyone for watching and for the support. So thank you.
Wizzy, before you go,
Yeah.
dare I ask? Someone put a tweet out on August 18th looking for a team. Anything interesting to tell us on that front?
Oh,
not as of yet.
Okay.
Still roughing the GBR car. So
yeah. He's not allowed to announce the Man City signing just yet. Wizzy and Endo, thank you very much for joining us on this one. And we are just not even going to throw to break because players are in lobby. They are warming up. We are ready to get underway with the final match, apart from the one that's going on the second stream of Div 1 in BIPL Season 2. Before we talk about that, I do want to very quickly talk about the fact that I believe Div 2, there was a final match being played at 8 o'clock that has now wrapped up. Div 2 completely finished at this point. Vig and Shawnee, as we obviously know, finished 1st and 2nd. In 3rd place, currently sitting on the same points, are Charged and Steg. Oh, what was the head-to-head there? I can find this. Nobody tell me. It was Steg who had that. Burnt Bagels with a 5th place finish. Sunless Sofa with a 6th place finish there. No, wait, that's the other way around. Your thing is just wrong. I'm being lied to. The head-to-head is on the right. It doesn't matter, Chris. Do you know what? You're doing a good job, and I appreciate it. But there you go. There are the results from Div 2. Again, congratulations to Vig and Shawnee, who will be promoting to Div 1. And I do want to throw congratulations to, players like Burnt Bagels, players like Sunless Soph, like Charged, some players who kind of came up, overperformed their seed. Eggy, another player who kind of outperformed the seed, and some players who've really started to make a name for themselves and managing to do it here in Div 2 kind of proved that it's not been flash in the pan stuff.
Yeah, I'm just doing a check. We do appear to have no perfect scores in Div 2. No one has done the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Did not show.
No, I mean, near impossible.
Only one in BIPL Season 2, and we've got to respect a real one when we see it.
I mean, if
great
Padster
performance in
had,
Div 2.
listen, if Padster had maybe focused a little bit less on the alternate stream and maybe focused a little bit more on picking up a win, I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there,
Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't start beef with the admins of the tournament, but
well, you're a coward. I will not stand for the insult they've been throwing me. We are going into this match. I will reiterate the stakes one more time, and then you are going to have to remember them. If bozbez beats Epos, bozbez is your BIPL Season 2 champion. If Epos beats bozbez, the same goes for Epos. Meanwhile, Josh and Liffey are here and will be doing their best to pick up rounds and really just, you know, shake things up. We saw in the last match, it was a couple of rounds from Hendo, a couple of -10s that really shook up the countenance of that one and did end up being the lead that was held onto by Wizzy for the rest of the match. So do keep an eye on the times that Josh and Liffey are putting in terms of how much they can keep up, how likely they are to cause upsets in individual rounds. But overall, this is a focus on Epos, on bozbez.
It is indeed, and as we see Josh there, bonk. I just want to give a shout out for Josh, a full speed player that has turned up to BIPL Season 2, and you know, hasn't had the best performance. May Div 1 has had decent showings in some of these matches, so real respect there for putting yourself out there, and looking forward to seeing a return. But we do see Epos and Boz trading blows early, positions back and forth, looking for the one true W, shall we say. Maybe the other one has to lose a grand tie, but it does seem like bozbez will take the first blood here in the opening round. 0 points for Boz, -4 for Epos and Liffey, and Josh coming home as to be expected. A 1 minute 0.7 in the opening round. Dare I say, Nua, maybe they were practicing after all.
Oh no, they definitely were. They just took an hour's break. It was fun. And then another hour's break to come and watch the stream and, you know, have a good time in Twitch chat. And the problem is they're still very, very quick. And we'll see, does that continue? You'd expect it to. It's Epos in the lead for the moment. bozbez less than 10 behind though. Plenty of track left to catch back up. It was Josh who came last in that last round. And it's Josh who's made another big mistake early on in this one. So Liffey settles into a comfortable third place for the time being. Boz,
I've never seen Liffey's car before. I've never seen Liffey. No, the... Oh, no. We've got the Guinness
it's the Guinness one. Yeah,
That's incredible.
Yeah. I've got... it hasn't loaded in my screen, and he's in the Spanish car. But no, the Guinness mobile is great.
At least
Liffey
you're not...
crashed.
Liffey did crash. At least you're not producing, oh, I don't know, the world tour, and none of your car skins load, and a whole couple thousand people in Twitch chat flame you for it. No, we are seeing Boz now looking to extend his lead, but Epos is hunting him down as we head into this final section. Possibly a little bit too wide. Doesn't like he'll have speed. We'll rely on Boz. We have seen a bonk here before, but not today. And a 1.6. No, what's going on?
Well, it's a good thing that there is only 4 rounds per map, because if not, Boz might be threatening world record by round 5. Improving by a 10th on the round 1 performance, as Epos is going to be there, as Josh apologizes for making Boz and Epos wait for them at the end of the round. That's funny, man.
Yeah, I do respect that. You know, it does kind of... It must suck, right? Like, this is a fun match for these guys. They're up against the best. But they just happen to be up against the best on the last day of the tournament. So, focus...
When tension is high, when the focus is dialed in for Boz and Epos, and you're just like, ooh, every time I crash, I'm adding another 5 seconds onto each round for them.
Yeah. Now, do I want to make this prediction? No, I've got a big prediction.
Oh, a big one.
I think we will not see a round win from Liffey or Josh. I think Boz and Epos are absolutely wired in.
You know what? I like that prediction. And honestly, I'll join you in it, right? I'm not going to bet against that. I think that is a genuinely... It's an interesting one. It feels unlikely, and yet. What if we don't see a round win from anyone except Boz? Because that's where we're at right now. As Boz will win 3 in a row and Epos will catch. Epos will drop into 3rd place. Boz has improved by just over a 10th again.
Do we put a world record watch on this?
Yeah, that's what I said. If we had 5 rounds in our first time on this match, I think he hits it, because he's improved by about a 10th from a 0.7 every time so far. And the world records, it's got to be shaking a little bit right now. It is only a 0.3. Boz is getting close.
Yeah, production. Can we just stick on Boz for this round? I feel like we need to see what he's doing, what hidden tech has he Epos there going away from us. So let's just stick on Boz. You know, this is pace. You know, he's a little bit down. We are seeing Josh find his way up. So maybe this is a bad round for Boz. It's definitely a bad round.
Well,
no
just
offense.
Josh
no,
is here.
Look, no, don't put words in my mouth, Noah. Noah, do not put words in my mouth. But possibly, potentially, the sign of Josh behind Boz is the indication that maybe this isn't the best round for Boz. But we are still seeing consistency, even if there have been small errors. But what a map from Boz. I mean, is there a better way to start than winning every single opening round for the first map?
Definitively no. No, there is not. That is ideal. Assuming Boz doesn't crash the finish, will not crash the finish. It is a 1.5 as well, which means a very strong time by Josh. Jumps up to a 1.8 on that one. But my God, Boz. That's scary. Epos, meanwhile, 2 third-place finishes in a row to round that out. Has actually lost slightly more points than maybe we were expecting. Boz with a perfect 120, leaving map 1. Nobody else within 20 points. Bozbez is here to play some goddamn track mania.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe the allegations that Epos's 1 pint of cider was a performance enhancing
It was
drug.
one 330ml can of cider. Let's be very clear here.
Yeah, at 1 p.m. Were perhaps a little overstated. Seems a little bit shaky. Boz completely resilient. We're going to have our faces because production saved me. I was about to cast the ever-loving crap out of that warm-up.
No, Chris!
And I've been absolutely saved by my face.
Oh, it's a disaster.
So that's good to see. But no, great showing. You could not ask for more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds me, I don't know if you've followed much League of Legends, but there was a period of time where they wouldn't take CS. They wouldn't kill minions, and they would just use a support item and aggro the enemy later.
Why, yes. And
someone, a Korean import in North America, paused the game and got a referee and said, hey, I think there's an issue. He's got 0 points. That's how I feel right now. I think there's an issue. Boz has done a whole map, yet still has 120 points. Someone needs to check his computer.
A little bit of a scoreboard bug there.
Yeah, just a bit of a scoreboard bug.
We are on to Liberty, right? We have 5 seconds left in our warm-up here. We're going to be underway on it. This, I think, has to be the map that is the biggest threat to your, wild out there prediction that nobody outside of bozbez and Epos is going to win a round in this match, because we have seen the finish on this match. We have heard players' opinions on it, and we have seen the damage it has wrought to our lovely curated results over the course of a match as well. But it's a good start from bozbez as well. And I was going to say Epos too, but Epos does follow a little bit behind there. Boz continuing on his merry way. Josh a little bit tight on the dirt. He's going to drop into 3rd place again. And normal order is resumed as Josh will clip a hole too.
Yeah, we do see...
Oh, Boz.
What
Boz?
happened? You just...
Minor issues. And we have been told to watch for Epos's line on this map as well, so let's hold on and see if we can note it or if we've already passed it as well. Hard to tell. Either way, at some point, someone is going to potentially drive a line that makes us go pog face, and maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It's Epos going to win the round for the moment.
Yeah, a 55.2, just casually within sort of half a second of world record on the opening round. Josh with the turtle, making your way downtown, upside down, rolling the finish. Now you're homebound. And we're seeing a pretty close battle, all things considered, between Liffey and Josh. Epos probably a bit closer to that battle than he was hoping. And the first drop points for Boz will find himself on 116, so that's good to know. The scoreboard is still working, and the scoreboard, there's no glitch, and we are, like mentioned, keeping an eye out for the Epos line. The only issue is we've seen so many lines on Liberty.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I'll appreciate...
I agree. It's one of those maps where players kind of find themselves struggling to correct for lines that are a little bit incorrect at times. Maybe it's that line just there, going very aggressively onto the black. It was a new line after plastic. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. Are we already past plastic? My brain is mud right now. Here we go. Into plastic.
Oh, maybe here. Maybe here. Maybe here.
New
Maybe
lines.
here.
That looked very similar to Boz's line. I'm just going to throw that out there.
This might be... this might be a
baited by Hendo?
Yeah, I respect that. But we're coming into the finish now. Nothing is to be assumed. bozbez there with a 55 flat, just casually 2/10 away from world record. Epos there says, "Oh, I'm 4/10 away from world record. Surely I must have done well." Oh no,
the funniest thing about this world record, and to be fair, most people's best times on this map is that they're all set a month ago, except Epos's. Like everyone in the top 15, basically, except Epos, set their record on this map a month ago, and Epos set his 7 days ago.
Maybe an indication that at least Epos made the smart move of loading the map before last week's round. Josh off to a good start here. Epos off to a good start. They're all kind of very similar. Liffey making up the rear of the field, but still within touching distance. Nothing is to be taken at this point. Epos and Boz side by side going into the next corner. Does make me wish sometimes we had contact on. That would be very funny. But they are now separated by 200ths of a second. Their line... Epos might have a hidden line somewhere, but right now these two are absolutely inseparable. Every single checkpoint trading blows. It's 2,000ths of a second now as we head into the dirt. Boz slightly more on an inside, looking to carry a little bit more speed, but Epos able to keep ahead. Again, nothing to separate them here as they go into the drift. A really good drift there from bozbez, but it is going to come down to the finish. It is very direct, but does he hit? No, he does not. 55-0. This is absurd, the level play that's coming out here. Boz is playing incredibly well. Epos is also playing incredibly well, but has found himself, as I wait for the maths to happen, 26 points down on Boz.
Yeah, and again, you have to say that Epos, also undefeated coming into this week, and is currently driving a match that would probably be putting him in a similar position to what Boz is in almost any other lobby. Sitting near untouchable at the top, with the issue being the Boz is in this lobby and is absolutely dominating at the moment. We do have our lovely friends in Twitch chat pointing out that, you know, obviously offline training is a thing for these players, but I can't see it, and therefore object permanence dictates that it's not real to me, and the existence of a hypothetical 0.7 offline can't be proven to me immediately, even though it was definitely posted in chat earlier in the server.
Yeah, you know, just so many questions about offline world records that we won't get into long-withstanding track.
Hang on, wait. Boz lost. Boz comes second place. Hold. Epos just needs to make it to the finish line. No crash. Epos clean. bozbez will drop 4 more points. Sound the alarms. He's lost 8.
He's lost 8 whole points in this map, and that is absolutely incredible. And yeah, Dansky, with offline training, Thomas could have world record. I appreciate the confidence from Twitch chat. Definitely.
This is so far true. Everything I think we could have hoped for out of this final, right? Like, it's both players are showing up. Epos is 22 points behind, but it is not off the back of crashing. It is not off the back of, hey, the pressure is getting to Epos or to Boz and causing issues for them. It is off the back of the fact that the pace from Boz on the first couple of maps has been pretty otherworldly, consistently driving within a couple of tenths of online world record, just flying out there, honestly. Absolutely locked in and on the pace at the moment. And Epos, like I said, is driving an incredible match as well. But sometimes you just kind of let Jesus take the wheel because nothing else is going to make a difference.
Yeah, and, you know, it's sort of got lost a little bit in the fun that was...
Oh, yeah, Josh and Liffey are tied. Oh my God.
Josh and Liffey are tied. And also, last time out on Liberty, the map we just had, Epos and Boz shared first and second between them with 2 apiece, and Liffey and Josh shared third and fourth between them. So it is a testament to the fact that Epos, while he came into that map down 20-odd points, he has left that map down 20-odd points. The bleeding has been stemmed. It has not been stopped. You still need to find some of those points back, unless you want to make an absolute miracle run in Last Chance. But still, neither of these drivers have yet got a last place, Epos and Boz, and we are still seeing a lot of pace from both of them, and just ungodly pace. I think if you take all but one of bozbez times and stack them on top of each other, he's about 2 seconds away from an optimal world record every round. run so far, and that is astounding over 7 of those 8 rounds. So, and again, where do we start this? We start this with Epos and Boz, with barely anything separating them at the front of the field, setting very good opening times. So it will be interesting to see if Boz is as well trained on all the maps. Ultimately, everyone ends up favoring a map or two, but as it would appear, at least to start with, Boz as comfortable here on Sun Petal Garden as he was anywhere else. That world record is a 51.9. Normally I wouldn't feel the need to say it, but with the pace we've seen out of these boys before, it is incredible, and it's a 52-1 in the opening round. Look,
it's such a good time for me, Epos. A 52.5 is incredible. Boz drove a 52.1.
That's
dumb.
Look, okay, let's see. So last time we came to Sun Petal Gardens, right? We're going to be looking at our within the week times, right? So last time we came to Sun Petal Gardens, no one set a 51 anything, of course. The best time was a 52.2 by Boz, but that was 5 weeks ago, and that would have been any point in the 8 or so or 12 rounds, however many rounds he ended up playing that week on that map. That was round 1. My man's come practiced.
He's ready to go. I don't know if bozbez spent his full mandatory hour outside at lunchtime today. Maybe he got back on the grind a little bit secretly, okay? We may never know, but the truth often comes out, and bozbez right now, he's driving like a man who has more than just 1 hour's extra practice. This is incredible stuff at the moment. Trails Epos, but did have a little bit more speed right up until the end of that third. Epos will lead the way into the finish with a 52.2 of his own. Bozbez with a 52.3. It's just stupid. It's Josh and Liffey are also still in this match. I know we haven't mentioned them in a while, but look, this was always going to be the case, unfortunately for them. They are getting relatively close to last chance at this point, and that is just because first and second place is the domain of bozbez and Epos.
Yep, and just for the sake of Twitch chat, there have been no recorded 51s in rounds. I have a feeling that will be different by the time we get to the end of this match, because these two are... but they are knocking on that door.
You have to hit world record pace, or at least online world record pace, to get below the 52, which, could very well happen. Absolutely, I'm not ruling it out at all, but just the smallest of mistakes from Boz in that drift, and that is the 10th gone. Epos catching back up, and it also means a very tight finish to this finish line.
This is so close. It's almost what are we meant to say here? Every round, these two are driving within each other. It's incredibly close. They come to the finish. They're separated by a 10th. We see the run down here. Epos with a slightly better line, but bozbez with that advantage, and a 52.3. Not a garbage. Well, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Not a brilliant time, he said, as they're 4/10ths away from the world record, but not the time we're come to expect from this match with Boz and Epos, but still there where they both made, dare I say, an error, possibly just an inefficiency in one of those corners. Boz still comes out ahead, and as we find our way into the final round of Sun Petal Gardens, we are in a similar position where Epos and Boz have shared the honors of first and second in every round, and Epos will be looking to claw another victory back on this round just to keep things going. And you genuinely could convince me they're driving the same car.
Yeah, same club tag, right on top of each other at the moment. Cat, you better start paying attention. I don't care how many nuggets of information you have ready to go. You gotta focus on this, because this is the race, the battle of the season, and it is delivering. Right now, Epos delivers on the pace in this round. Bozbez may come second for a 4th round out of 12. It's insane, but, he's going to push that all the way to the end, has the better line, is going to overtake Epos. It's only going to stay at 3, baby! Bozbez with another win, Bozbez with another 52-1. Epos has to settle for losing another 4. My God. My God.
No, let's do a bit of roleplay. Okay.
Do we have to?
Yeah, do a little bit of roleplay. Your name's Epos. Just to put you in the mindset, right? Your name's Epos. You're one small can of cider deep. You've had a bit of sun today.
Oh yeah.
You've come into Sun Petal Gardens.
I'm feeling good. I'm just picturing it.
You're into the Sun Petal Garden in which you were touching grass earlier. You set a 52.5 in the opening round. You set a 52-2 in the second round, 52-4 in the third round, and a 52-1 in the final round. How many of those rounds do you think you won?
First of all, you said my character's name is Epos, is that right?
Yeah, sorry, Epos.
What's my just what's my motivation in this scene?
Winning Trackmania.
Okay. And do you have any more kind of background character details for me? Like, it's just, I don't want to kind of put too much pressure on you, but like, I feel like you're not giving me a lot to work with here. You know, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's quite tough.
That is
I want to put my best foot forward in this audition.
Your name is Epos. You are arguably the best player in BITM, except for the fact that there appears to be a machine that has taken over a rival, and after 4 incredible times on some petal. Right? All times within half a second of the world record, you won 1 round.
Yeah. Hey, bozbez just said a 60-second.5 in warm-up here on Manifest. So, oh dear. Oh, it's not going to slow down, is it? It's been quick. It's been fast. Liffey says PB maybe. I don't know. This is it. I mean, look, we should probably, for at least this map, take a second. bozbez crashes. bozbez not top 2. Hold on a second. I was going to say, let's focus on Josh and Liffey for a little bit, because this looks like the map where one or both may start to make their exit. But bozbez is in 4th place. Stop the papers. Stop the press. We got a new headline.
Yep, we are going to see if bozbez can recover. This would be not only his first 4th place finish, but it would be the first 4th place finish for either himself or Epos, which is a lot of, as we've seen previously, a lot of points to start bleeding. Ultimately, that's what caused Hendo to have that deficit near the end. But it's bozbez, and he's slowly reeling them in. He's got a few corners to go. He's going for quite an aggressive line. He's slowly reeling them in. Liffey with a touch. Boz with an absolute remix coming into the final section. Will be hunting down Josh, but I do believe Josh can bring this home. Epos over the line with a 1:07, 4/10 away from world record. And Liffey is between 2 finishes.
Yeah.
But got one of them.
Yeah, it did manage to find a finish, so sits on 9 points, can no longer afford the last place. Josh, 8 points ahead. bozbez preserves the triple-digit score after 13 rounds of racing by coming home in 3rd place in that round. And this time, no little whoopsies on the start line, no happy accidents heading around that corner that force him to show he can gain... Jesus Christ.
What?
Actually, I need the action replay. That was so funny.
Okay, well, bozbez.exe has run into an issue. We will do our best to reboot that system.
I think, does bozbez have a cat? Like, that fully looked like someone just came up and knocked his mouse hand to the side.
Look. Let's be real for a second.
bozbez isn't that far ahead of Epos. He can't afford last places.
Yeah. This Trackmania is a game. The only way you compete with others is on the leaderboard, right? You are ultimately competing with yourself when you do every round. Epos just with a casual 1:0.6. That's 2 rounds in a row where Boz has made a pretty substantial issue.
That's 17 points after he lost. That's 17 points in 2 rounds after a total of 12 points in 12 rounds.
He's now within 13 points. 1 DNF and a Baker's DNF away from... I couldn't keep it. I was so happy. I was so happy with that. What is going on?
What are you doing? Hello? His scripts are broken?
This is, you know when you messed up. Someone's
exactly. You know, if you run a single instance of ChatGPT for too long and it starts to go a little bit insane?
Yeah, it tries to checkmate you by just turning one of its pawns into a queen on its opening move. I don't know what's going on.
bozbez has simply been left running for too long. Windows is crashing.
This is insane. Particularly, might I say, that's another issue. Liffey and Josh, they've turned up in this map. They have punished Boz. Right? Yeah. This is what we were saying earlier.
They were crashing a lot the first time around.
This is what we were saying earlier in the opening round, in the opening match that we watched. The the third and fourth place players coming into the round, you do think, okay, well, you know, they're just here, they're making up the numbers, 1 minute 0.8, just 5/10 off world record by Epos.
He's only 3 points ahead of Epos.
We consider these, you know, these guys are here. We made jokes about it on the Cup of the Day. We sort of made jokes about it in broadcast. They're not just here. If this was a 1v1, these errors would be costing Boz 4 points. This is not. These errors have cost Boz 27 points in this map. Guess how many points he lost last time? Big fat 0.
0. That's especially when you put it in that perspective. That's madness. Hey, Boz hasn't crashed the first 2 turns for the first time in 3 rounds. Massive W. Drake's in chat. Liffey, meanwhile, did drop the last chance, but Josh has had a little bit of a moment there, has dropped back behind Liffey, so Liffey fighting to stay in this match a little while longer and potentially drag Josh down as well. It is also important to note that your prediction's still alive. No one outside of bozbez and Epos has won a round yet. Epos managing to hold on for that while bozbez was having a little bit of time. And now bozbez is here, back, ready to take back first place for himself in potentially the last round where 0 points are available. Goes for the jump trick off of the ramp as well. I don't know if it's safe time. It'll look cool as hell. Epos will have to settle for second place the moment. Liffey, meanwhile, has dropped back into fourth. Josh to get across the line. Boz with a 1 minute point. 4. Why did he not simply drive that in the previous rounds? Liffey eliminated.
Look, good job by Liffey. Put on a great show. Respect it. Josh also putting on a great show. bozbez just went from mudded to a 10th away from world record in an instant, right? That was absolutely incredible. That has made this match spicy. Right, spicier than my food when I forgot the curry spice was in the top of the cap and I accidentally put that in the bin. And then so I just got spices from the cupboard and I got loads of cayenne pepper because I didn't know how spicy cayenne pepper was. That's how spicy this map has got.
I mean, again, a reference that is very personal to you because I don't know how much cayenne pepper you ended up putting in.
It was, it was a lot. I was using a teaspoon.
This is a reference that literally makes it don't work for anyone except you, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you are sharing your inside jokes with yourself.
It's good. It's a good reference. Okay. Next time I'll Discord call you when I'm making a curry and I'll recreate it.
Huge.
Where this got interesting all of a sudden.
Yes, looking at the leaderboard, by the way, just very quickly. Obviously, Josh is fighting to try and escape elimination this season. All he needs to do is win from here, probably.
Easy
peasy.
Just win every round.
Every single round.
See, Charge JT says makes sense to me. I painted a picture of my spice endeavor. Lynn's, I can't pronounce your name, therefore can't read the rest of your comment. I short circuit. I can't get to the end of it. But we are now back into, sounds like a skill issue. It very much was a skill issue. I put the cap in the bin. But we are now into Liberty, back to where the fun happens. Will Epos bring out his hidden line? Is the hidden line a myth? Will me and Nua even be able to tell what the hidden line is?
If Boz and Epos continue to drive like this, where they are right beside each other, it'll be pretty easy to tell, because it'll be the first time they separate over the course of the entire track. And the answer so far, no. Nothing has changed. They are literally identical. There is 3,000s between them over the course of this track so far. There's maybe the first real difference as bozbez a little bit wider, gains speed, but expect Epos to come roaring back at some point. The gap opening back up. Epos, there's a little bit wider than Boz, but that's something I think we have just seen differently from multiple players. A lot of it just comes down to your setup off the plastic. Here we go, final turn, finish to go. Epos faster, bozbez snipe to the line, and they are closer than ever. That is going to be back to a 3-point gap separating them, I believe. Yep.
That was incredible. Just to give you an understanding, that was a 50... It disappeared from my screen. That was 0.2 off world record. On Liberty, a map that we saw people were not very practiced on last time out. But yeah, Josh, let's give credit where credit's due. Josh is now on last chance, has been cameraman Josh for the last couple of rounds, giving us a good look of what's happening up ahead. But we are seeing Epos and bozbez continue to be incredibly close to each other, separated by less than a tenth at every single checkpoint. It is a it's a test of endurance and it's a test of pace.
Such a long 1v1.
Like, oh my god, I hadn't thought of that.
Absurdly so. Like, legitimately, probably well over 12 rounds of a 1v1.
Yeah. Especially as they'll be trading blows back and forth. And Epos there with a touch.
Wait, is Josh still... No, he's too far away. Okay. I got excited for a second.
Unless there's he's going to make an error. He's bonked it. Epos, no. Epos has reset. No, he went for the safe fin. Boz made an error, lost a ton of time on that final finish. Epos could have sniped it away. And rumors of someone was on a pace for a 0.7
Boz
in that
reckons
round.
He was on a 0.7 until that finish.
Look, normally I would say the drivers are being overly enthusiastic about their pace, but not today. We are seeing absolute raw pace coming out of the two of them. It is now just a 2v2, mano, Boz against Epos, both repping the W clan tag, both looking for the W in today's BIPL Season 2 final match. Previously undefeated, nothing but these two now for the rest of the server. Nua, I could not be more on the edge of my seat. There is only 7 points between them.
This is so dumb. This is crazy. And with the way the math works out, I don't know what that means.
On stream.
No, I'm not going to.
No, we're here for
It's
vibes.
just the fact that you can only lose even points now. Boz is on an odd number of points. Maybe he can end up on 1 point, but I don't know. Yes, he definitely... Yeah, there you go. Epos will overtake, and that potentially is the line that has gained him a little bit of time. And it will win him around, what's the time? 54.9.
Now, I'm going to do some stat checking. Checking. Stall for time. Nura, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Play some elevator music if you want. Tell me about airplane food.
Airplane food is really nice if you fly with people who aren't Ryanair sometimes. You know, you just get some nice things. The better national airlines will give you a little taste of, you know, the national country, you know, some good cheeses to go with it. And a lot of good airlines that are not Ryanair will also, you know, give you a free drink as well with your food, which means you can maybe get a little bit of wine of the country you're flying to as well, or whatever the local drink is. So you know what? Airplane food, unfairly maligned in the year 2023.
Well, that was great. Glad we had that detour. That gave me a load of time to stall for time, so I do appreciate that. Epos is the only person to set a 54-second run in rounds on this map during main line BIPL. And he has set it twice. At least once last week, shall I say. And he has set one now this week in that round. So he is absolutely on it.
By God, he'll do it again. I'll tell you.
Dare I say, set the alarm, sound all the buzzers, because Epos is on an absolutely great run here. He's having a great run to the finish, and a 54.952.
He's so quick, man. There is 1 point between them.
And for the first time today, Epos has taken the lead.
Jesus Christ. Unfortunately for Epos, we're back to Manifest, and while Epos is pulling off insane feats, or we're not back into Manifest, we're on to Sun Petal Garden. We have to go back to Manifest soon, though. But while Epos has been pulling off these insane feats on Liberty, you know, Boz has been looking very, very strong on, for example, Manifest the first time around, and then awful the second time around, so who knows what Boz is going to go and do the next time we get back to Manifest. And meanwhile, on Sun Petal Garden, having a quick look at how things went down the first time we were here, I believe it was Boz who was out on top the most often. Yeah, 3 wins, Epos with 3 second places and 1 win, which, as you can probably work out, means Boz came second in the other round as well. Yeah, it's a lot. And by the way, the prediction did come true. Nobody except bozbez or Epos wins a round in this match.
Yeah, my original prediction, but I reined it in because I thought it was going to be BM, was that nobody would come first or second other than Boz and Epos.
That would have been a little bit BM.
We were treated to some issues from both Epos and Boz. We did see Liffey came second once, Josh came second 4 times. But I just want to bring it back to what we were saying about Sun Petal. Last time out, Epos, an average round time of 52.3, only won 1 round. The benefit here is that you can kind of afford a bad track in a 1v1 because you're not losing as many points as you were if you had a bad track. You know, we saw a bad track from Boz cost him 27 points.
It's so many.
Whereas now you're only going to lose, at least as a differential,
4. Well, the swing, yeah, I guess there is a swing.
16,
yeah.
And that's if you lose everything. But we do see Boz off to an early bonk, so Epos will be taking a lead. Epos has been nothing but consistent, particularly outside of the opening 2 maps. So we are expecting Epos to stretch his lead even further still. 58 to 57, nothing separating them but a point. And a point, by the way, which they will not be able to find between them because we are all even all the way out from here. Epos with a great time brewing. Boz still half a second back. We're going to stay on with Epos because we are looking for excellence here. We will be spending no time on those that bonk or make issues. Epos coming into the finish now, looking very comfortable. Will we see a very decent time? Just 52.3, 4/10 off, opening round, back here on the track. Nothing big. Nothing big.
Oh, I can't handle it, man. It's just so quick. And bozbez will drop to 49. Like, with the start bozbez had in this match, it is genuinely crazy how badly Manifest went the second time around, right? Like, that 27-point loss seems likely to cost bozbez the match if he does end up losing at this point. You know, like, I think it'd be easy to point to that and say, yeah, that's it. You would have won otherwise. And especially that one round where he looked fine around the first corner and then the car just went hard right into a wall. Rough.
Yeah, and Epos finding some time there in the middle of this track. They're coming onto the tight drift. Both of them doing pretty good here. Now we'll be separated by absolutely nothing of importance as we get into that checkpoint. And again, even through the dirt, through the drift, still not that much between them. Epos seemed to have a little bit of a slowdown coming off that jump. Don't know if he clipped something on the way up.
Oh,
now has clipped into the wall, but he's got one in the bank. He's going to put it in box. Epos also over the line. And it's a... Oh, I thought it was a tie. Almost got absolutely sent, but both of them finding issues, both of them struggling to get into the safe finish, and still, what? Look, this isn't my full-time job, Noah. We need the best of the best here, obviously alongside you. We are being treated to a delight.
This is Trackmania Esports. We've got the close rounds. We've got the times approaching world record. We have sublime play from 2 of the best players that these British and Irish Isles have to offer. And then we have the clowns. We have the circus music coming out, and we have rounds that still matter exactly the same for the points as rounds where they finish with near perfect times with 1,000th between them. That round counted just as much and has ballooned the lead for Epos from 4 points all the way up to 8. bozbez looking to close that back in to simply 4, but you're still losing 4 points round on round here, and it is getting close to the end of the match. bozbez holding on to first. bozbez to the finish, very low. 52 flat is so quick. And Epos will have to settle for second place in that one with a stunning time of his own of still a 52-2.
Now, that was pretty close to a 51. You told me we wouldn't see a 51.
We didn't see a 51. I'm just telling you, we still didn't see a 51. So
might we?
It's still fine. Okay. We're not going to see a 51. I'm just telling you that now. I don't want to raise your hopes. Epos might be about to see us back to a 1-point differential. My lord.
Now, can someone who's good at maths, and
no.
I know there's plenty of you in the Discord because you spent 7 hours.
It's not worth it, man. Sit back, enjoy the show. Nobody look away. Nobody go and do the maths. It is not worth it. We will find out when we get there and enjoy the journey in the meantime. As bozbez, we'll see what kind of time he sets. He knows he has a second in hand. Is bozbez safing it? Is bozbez leaving any time out on track? He absolutely is. That is not close to the wall at all. Still needs to make this finish. Will still make this finish. That's bozbez safing it. That's a time most of us could only dream of getting close to. A 52.5 for Boz.
Yeah, and not that I was doing the maths or anything, but there is a world in which Boz ends up on 1 point.
There always was.
Yes, but even from here on, so that is definitely something to look forward to. The spiciness of that. That was not the lot. That was Some Petal Gardens version 2.
Yeah.
For this match, Some Petal Gardens version 1 was
and so we could make it back.
We could.
It would be
the
tough.
The first time we came here was a test of consistency and pace, right? We just saw nothing but 52s. The worst time between the two of them was a 52-5.
Yep.
That time, less consistent.
Yeah. But the pressure is on now, right? Like, we are now 40 minutes into this match. We are 1 point separating the players. It is a straight 1v1, and it's all for the title of BIPL Season 2 champion. A little bit of extra cash, but mostly, as you mentioned earlier, those bragging rights in the community. You know, these two players, they are two of the best players in the country at the moment, in the British Isles. It's everything. It's so tense. It's no wonder at all, and it is no discredit to the players, that there are a couple of extra mistakes creeping in. Now, what is a discredit to bozbez in specific was his performance on Manifest the second time we got to it. It was bad. I'll say it, which is shocking to say. The fact that he's only 1 point away from Epos is due to the fact how legendary his performance was the first time we came to Manifest, where he dropped not a single point and then made up for it for 27 points. Like, honestly, dropped a pretty average amount of like 13.5 points over the 2 times we were here. Epos has crashed. bozbez is in the lead. Epos is going to go back behind bozbez.
Yeah, the mistakes really are coming in. You know, that's to be expected. It is the pressure.
Pressure forms diamonds, but it also cracks things, you know?
And Boz, productions point out, driving it nice and safe. Does he have a second worth of safety in him? I think so. Epos not looking like he's going to be able to make it up. Boz knowing the limit here, but it's one touch. It's one small error, and he almost found it. Did he find it? No. Maybe. Did Epos also find it?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on here.
Is fine. Epos is fine. It's a 101.3. It's pretty slow for these guys.
Pedestrian.
But it is going to be a finish time, and it is going to be bozbez regaining the lead after Epos claimed it just before we dropped to 2 players in this match, and we drop below 30 points. Only 3 points separating them now as bozbez holds on to this lead. And, I mean, look, we're kind of already talking about the pressure. It only gets worse from here on out.
Yeah, pressure builds. You know, you unironically got to consider the fact that it is warm. They have been in their rooms practicing all day. I can't imagine those are the coolest places in the world to be right now. KJ just let us know that Epos set a 0.34 in warm-up. Only, well, a blink away from world record place, so they are absolutely on it, and this round is a testament to that. Nothing between them at all as we go into these final sets of checkpoints halfway through the map, and it is only 1/100th of a second. bozbez sneaking out a tiny little lead as we head into this section here, but Epos hot on his tails, ready to take anything out of Boz that he can. Boz, a big favorite of that, slightly dragging the right wheel on the landing, does lead you to get a bit more speed, but well, it was worth doing. 1 minute 0.4. Just what's going on?
Like, 1 minute 0.5 from Epos as well. Boz is rediscovering form from the first time we visited Manifest here. It's quick. It's quick. To quote Encanto, pressure like a grip, grip, and it won't let go. It's just so tight here between the two, and Epos is currently the player who's just not quite able to keep up with bozbez. You can't even say that he's cracking at the moment. It is just that bozbez is cracked and is grinding out times that are just round unbeatable. This won't be one of them, though. That is going to be bozbez falling behind with a small clip on the corner. Epos now has a bit of time to play with. It's only 6/10. I say only 6/10, but that is a little bit to work with. It's maybe not enough to fully save, but it is enough that Epos has control of this round fully.
Now, this is where I ask about the HUD, right? A lot of players like to play with HUD off. I understand that. It helps them focus. It helps them be determined. But right now is when Epos needs to know he's got some time in the bank, right? Obviously, he's seeing a 0.1 on his car, but this is where you don't need to... Look, you don't need to set a world record on this round. You can be a bit more safe, but it does appear that he's still hunting for it. Not a lot of safing to be found. So Epos now heading into the finish, we will see a pretty decent time of 1.8. You know, only half a second off world record pace there, but we are now going in. We've got bozbez. after that round is now on 17 points. Epos in 14. It is a one-round game in favor of bozbez. All yet to play, and like I mentioned before, we might see bozbez end up on 1 point, which could be the difference maker if it's all even from here on out. Boz taking an early lead here on this opening of the map, but we've seen a ton of time be gained and lost early here. It is all about the middle section. It's about how they can keep their lead or how they can chase it down. Epos having a much better jump there, finding himself onto the dirt. Bozbez now chasing, getting onto the plastic. More tight, coming slightly wider off the jump here. Epos slowly eking out a lead. 1/10 will be seeing it increase at the next checkpoint. No, it's coming even further closer to him. Boz, a pixel from the inside line. Epos, and Boz, a pixel from the wall, a pixel from the next wall. This is Trackmania at its finest. They are millimeters away. It is so close. We're coming into the finish here. This is where bozbez makes a bit of time with the wheel drop. Will he be able to keep this momentum up? Both of them taking the outside dirt. Both of them on the plastic. They're setting up for the lead. It's nothing but your face. It's a race to the line.
Boz has him!
What?
Oh my god, bozbez lost the smallest of leads early in the round. A 10th less, and it took the entire track. If that block goes any closer, it took the entire length of that track for bozbez to haul in that lead inch by inch, thousandth by agonizing thousandth. And at the finish line, the difference between them was bozbez with 2 or 3 more speed, bozbez by 12 thousandths of a second, and now bozbez as a result with a lead. Epos dropping to just 6 points, but bozbez sits on 13. This next round on Liberty is crucial. If Epos wins it, he can bring bozbez to last chance at the same time as he goes. We see double last chance. We see 1 round to decide it all. But if bozbez wins this round, all of a sudden, Epos is the only player in the hot seat for at least 1 round.
That, look, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the replay file of that. Boz left no stone unturned. He was within a pixel on so many corners. That was an incredible comeback. And look, ultimately, Epos could have set a faster time.
Yeah.
But are you going to blame him?
But, no, exactly.
Boz just had a champion's comeback there, and it might just prove to be just that.
As we get onto our last track, I'm going to give you a second Encanto quote from the song Surface Pressure. And that is, the ship don't stop just because it heard how big the iceberg is. And the problem for Epos is that the iceberg he is sailing towards is named bozbez. And iceberg versus ship, you gotta take the iceberg every single time. Bozbez is looking so good, but Epos has been quick. Don't forget, Epos has been stupid quick on this map. The only player in live rounds to set below a 55 second, to go 54.9. And if he can do that 3 times here, if he can take bozbez down, this is the map where he can win it all on. It could not have worked out better for Epos at the end of this match as he leads the way, as bozbez touches. This is it. This is the round if it finishes like this that sets us up guaranteed for double last chance.
Look, Noah. Let's just...
it's happening.
How do we...
54.8!
What? You didn't even need to do it! Right. It is important to know, of all the practice, how do you practice? Do you practice the same thing 1,000 times, or do you go hunting for something new? We were warned as we came into this map. We were told before we came into this map that Epos had found something new, and it may come down to just that. A new line, a new tech, a new hidden strategy that was kept from bozbez. Bozbez unable to master it before today's race. And that might be all that comes between them in this final map. Like you mentioned, all of this is but for the record books, because no matter what happens at the end of this round, we will be going into double last chance and BIPL.
No. If bozbez, I'm wrong. If bozbez wins this round,
correct.
it is not double last chance. That was my mistake. My brain maths was short. I don't think it matters. I think Epos isn't going to give away this round win. He goes high. He takes that new line. He extends the lead that already sat at 2/10. It'll sit at 3 or 4 at the least by the time we go through this turn. One more time to the finish line. Epos.
No!
Boz.
It's another.
It's Epos. Different finishes. Boz will win the round. Epos on to last chance. Boz stays on 1 point. Epos made the wrong call. He needed to just jam that wheel to the right, baby. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Epos needs to win 2 in a row, and they need to both be on Liberty, the map that he has found a new line on.
And like I mentioned earlier, this has come down some point in this game. bozbez saved a point. He saved 1 round where he got that extra point in the middle of the free-for-all when there were 4 of them here, and now it has all come down to this. He has been able to stay off last chance by 1 point. 1/120th of his total score has kept him from this being the deciding round. Epos now having to win back-to-back rounds, Boz only having to win 1 of the next 2. It is absolutely full beans from here on out. No safing can be had. Nothing can be given away. It is pure pace from here on out. It is speed, it is consistency, and ultimately it's the finish, and Boz clips. Epos now just has to bring it home. He sees a big red 01 on the back of his car. It's sure as hell better than a red 02, but clips as well! bozbez goes for finish!
No!
Champion of BIPL Season 2, Epos twice in a row, throws it away at the end, and Boz will be the hero at the end of the day. Absolutely incredible match. I could not have asked for anything better. Nua is stunned to silence, which is great news that we all know that that can happen in the future, but he had a chance. If he didn't bonk those last 2 finishes, we'd be saying Epos champion. But instead, it is bozbez. Well deserved, but dear Lord, was that close.
Yeah, Epos was not aware of the clip and felt he had to risk at the end. Fair enough, right? I mean, what a difficult round for Epos. What a difficult last pair of rounds. Must-win rounds, 100%. Full focus, all the nerves. You can understand why that's the round that you're not flicking the hood on. You got to assume that bozbez is not making the mistake in that situation. Epos didn't check, and as a result, bozbez walks away with the win. And part of it does come down as well to bozbez making the better decision in the round before that. bozbez saw that the right side finish was going to be quicker after the crash, went for it. It would have been quicker for Epos as well, but Epos flew through for it. So it's the small moments. It's also the big moments. bozbez had 3 rounds in the middle of that match where he lost 27 points. And if he doesn't lose those 27 points, we don't end up in that situation at the very end, potentially. It's just a more comfortable win. bozbez is still sitting on, 28 points in that final round. But my lord, what an incredible match from both players. I mean, you cannot fault anyone for their performance in that match. Welcome, Boz, to the stream. Congratulations, BIPL Season 2 Champion of the Universe.
Thank you. I did think I need a congratulatory sleeping bag as a gift. How much do sleeping bags cost?
I don't know. You've earned it though, brother. That was wild. I mean, genuinely, that match had, I think, everything, right? We came incredible. The only thing it was lacking was a world record, but that was not for lack of trying,
I did indeed try, and not succeed very much, I think, but
Just to go back over some of the big moments of it, Manifest to begin with, no point, no, the first time around, 0 points dropped, an incredible start.
3 rotations of Manifest, man. What the fuck is that match playing? It's been like 30 rounds or something.
Yeah, that was. I mean, the first set. Listen, you didn't drop any points, but can you cast your mind back to how you were feeling after 4 rounds, having not dropped a single point?
I didn't drop on first rotation. I thought
you did not drop a point.
Played pretty mid. Did I drive like 0.5, 0.6?
You drove a 0.7, then you drove a 0.6, then you drove a 0.5.
Yeah, okay.
And then you drove a 0.4, I think. You threatened the world record.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't really be winning rounds with 0.7, but, you know, you get away with things on the first round of the match, right?
yeah. But, like, okay. Do you remember how it felt? Were you feeling kind of
Honestly,
confident?
Yeah, I thought the whole match was Drover after first map. Like, I didn't feel like I was playing good today. I didn't feel like I played well in the match. The shakes, the heart rate, the 10 o'clock.
That's kind of crazy because we were so incredibly impressed. The first 12 rounds, you dropped an average of 1 point per round. You had 12 points gone.
Like, my focus on the entry was so good. Then manifest second rotation comes in, and I bonk.
And then
the outside dirt that I mapped myself, man. I bonk it like 2 rounds in a row, and after I bonk it, I drive insane pace for the rest of the round.
Well,
no one will ever know.
I want to be clear with you, Boz. You bonked the outside dirt once, and then in the next round, you made it through the outside dirt cleanly.
I took the drift or something.
And then you just fully right-turned into the inside. I think you just fully no-slid into an inside corner.
Yeah, so I skipped the slow grass to the point where I had so much speed I had to drift that early. But yeah, it turns out drifting that early is going to no-slide me. I'm pretty sure my no-respawn timer would have been 0.4 on that round, but you know, whatever.
I gotta tell you, it looked very entertaining.
I wasn't entertained.
Look, I know you don't know the pace you were doing. Obviously, this was very stressful. Finals BIPL season 2.
I should.
You and Epos were knocking so much on world record pace on so many of those rounds. We are amazed one didn't fall. Obviously, I'm no doubt you guys had some offline time. But before we bring Epos in, because we will do a duo interview, we just want to say anything you want to say about your victory run here. Flawless from you in BIPL Season 2. You won every single round. You took on all challenges and you dispatched them all.
Without flaw, Boz, don't worry.
There were plenty of flaws in that match, I'll tell you that.
Like, the scoreboard doesn't lie.
Oh man, at the end, like, I was crashing so many. I was like, majority crash at the end. Well, but made it somehow. Don't know how. Good things happen sometimes. Can't lose them all.
Well, I'm going to bring in Epos. Epos, first of all, I do want to say congratulations on your second place. It is genuinely an incredible achievement in what has been a very stacked season of BIPL to come away with only a single second place.
Yeah, dude. I mean, some argue that I could have won.
I want to say this. I think some would argue you should have won. Liberty was looking very good for you, and it all went wrong in the final 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, for me, I don't know, maybe it's not the same for Boz, but for me, that's probably the funnest match I've had. It was super, super fun for me. I guess not for him.
I mean, get you, but like my heart rate, I'm comparing it to the song BPM in my head, and it's like just higher, and I'm like, what?
Nah, for me, I had a blast, and I'm glad I could keep it so close because he had such a monumental start on me. Like, I didn't even drive bad. That's the thing. It's just he was winning.
That didn't help. Choking even with full HUD off. Like, this is what it's come to now.
Yeah, it's like...
We were saying the same thing about it on broadcast. We were saying right now, Epos is driving a match-winning match. Like, your rounds are match-winning at the moment. Like, any other match, you are probably still sitting on 120 points. And unfortunately, you're somewhere around 90.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I feel like a couple of the rounds were a little bit lottery, like it was really, really close, like hundredths, but he seemed to get the edge every time. I guess he didn't know because perma HUD off, same as me. But yeah, I don't know. That match was super close, super fun, and yeah, I mean, well played to Boz.
Well played you too. I thought it was Drover. When I started choking, I thought GG. Like,
I do.
And then Liberty Finn said, "Hello, Epos."
You wanna hear something about Liberty Finn? My sign didn't load, so I had to do it blind the whole match.
Oh my god!
No way.
Oh no. I do want to tell you, Epos, that if you want to keep fond memories of this match, you probably shouldn't go back and watch the second last round, the round where you went to the safe fin.
Okay, fair enough.
Both of you crashed at the same time, and the only difference that prevented you winning that round was that you drove to the far safe in and bozbez turned right.
Oh, so smart! Why didn't I think of that?
There was a lot of, Epos on right turns in chat.
What do you mean, man?
I mean, at this point, were there any other moments that kind of stood out for either of you in the match? Is it all just a blur at this point?
It's mostly a blur of me driving into walls, I'll be real.
For me, when it got to the first time at Sun Petal Garden and he had such a big lead, I thought in my head, right, this is kind of matchmaking moment. I don't know, kind of. I just thought in my head, if I don't do something now, I'm just completely dead in the water. And so I tried to drive good. I didn't, but luckily he decided to die on Manifest 3 times.
Crashes.
We are going to go and have a look at the table. I do want to ask one more question though, Epos. When did you find the new dirt line on Liberty?
Last night.
The new what?
Yeah.
By the way, Epos had a new line on Liberty.
Yeah, it gains like 0.15 or so.
The fuck?
Yeah. So you know at the end how you have the rail ride?
Yep.
You rail ride into outside.
Oh, I guess. It's kind of sketch though.
It is sketch because you have so much speed for the next outside, but I think even with safing it, I probably gained. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, you got down to a 54-8 in live rounds there.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily down to the outsides.
No,
he made up all that time in the outside.
He was gaining, yeah, that makes sense.
It was average ass rounds.
First time, like on Discovery in the editor, I tried that, but I couldn't get it really fast, so I gave up.
Yeah.
I found it last night. It was supposed to be my secret weapon, man, and then I choked the fin every time.
We do have the league table pulled up, and we are just taking a very quick look here at the scoreboards then as a result. Looking at those scoreboards, Boz, would you believe you have won BIPL Season 2? Wow. Congratulations, 24 points. Epos, a near perfect 19, spoiled only here at the very end in week 5. Managing to make your way in. Wizzy won in that match, as we all saw earlier. Hendo coming in 4th place. Akros is in 5th place. I believe the other match is... Are all the matches finished? Yeah, OC rated us.
Finished. I've actually got 32 rounds.
Yeah. Which is why I know for a fact that Floyd actually finished in 6th place. Because Jorday and Babs did not play this week. And as a result, they are tied because there is no head-to-head between Jorday and Babs. They both got 0 points for sitting out their match against each other.
I think Floyd would have
really just screwing with the admins on that one.
Floyd Giga Chad.
Floyd. How did Floyd lose to Jorday and Babs when he was the only one who played in their match against them, Chris? How does that make sense?
How's Acros one? We'll come back to you. We'll be right back on the scoreboard after these.
Floyd is 6th, okay? I'm just telling you your scoreboard is wrong. That's It's not counting for zeros at all on that one. Jaffa Padawan with a 9th place finish, N7 in 10th, and then we get down into the players who unfortunately will not have a guaranteed place in Division 1 heading into Season 3. Nobody, Matt T, Kai, Josh Davino, and Liffey, which does mean, was it, who was in the other match on the other stream? Was Jaffa Padawan the player who escapes from that match into the safe places? Or did none of them escape? Hang on.
None of them. Jaffa was in
None of them escaped. Oh dear. No, it was Matt, Kai, Davino, and Floyd. Yes. Oh no, was Floyd? Yeah, no. The scoreboard is accurate. I thought Floyd was in that match against Babs and Jorday this week, but I was wrong.
Wow.
I'm a fool. So Floyd does escape. Yeah, I'm just an idiot. Everyone can ignore me and go back to I'm just dumb. I'm just stupid.
We've had a lot. Look, let's just put it out there.
I honestly
did an hour of me RPG of the week. 2
blame
hours
Boz
of
and
cover of the
Epos.
day.
That was too much. Your hearts, I was losing my mind on
Yours?
that broadcast as well. It was stressful all around.
You know what? Surprisingly, my heart rate was fine.
What I wouldn't give to have a fine heart rate, like
dude, like I was having fun. Like when I crash, I laughing.
Dude, can we swap mental for a bit?
Yeah, sure. See, I've been training my mental for World Tour for when I fail identities every round.
I understand.
It's good training.
We can't forget Epos's secret weapon of a single can of cider in the middle of the day to help keep that heart rate low.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, that might be it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I take a cider every day. I play Trackmania.
For some chemically enhanced
and still lose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The admins will be reviewing our performance-enhancing drug policy. That was incredible. As we come now through to the prize pool, bozbez, you will be walking away with £100, which I can assure you is enough to buy a sleeping bag.
Nice.
Epos, you will be coming away with £75. Wizzy and Hendo, they fought valiantly in their match earlier today, and Wizzy will come ahead with an extra £25 as he will be bagging 50 quid of his own. And then Hendo, the lone Welshman in the top 4 with the 25. Great to see a prize pool for this tournament. Great to see a significant prize pool this tournament. Thank you everyone who contributed. Thank you everyone who has taken part. Thank you all the admins. Thank you Noah. Thank you Orion. Thank you Twiggy. I'm also here. We probably need to wrap this up as I think we're all delirious and about to pass out. Any last words from you two before we head off and wrap up the show?
That's the note we want BIPL 2 on. Hell yes, brothers. From us, from everyone here at British Irish Trackmania, and good night.